welcome back to Living Our American Dream. My name's Matt. Today we've got my wife Monica behind the camera today. We decided to come back to the cabin and I guess do an update video and kind of a tour maybe video. So if you follow this channel over the last year and something, I've put together this cabin out in our woods. And we kind of did the finishing touches of this place, being the deck where we're sitting and the overhang here right before Christmas time. I had the intentions of staying out here as a family over Christmas, and we did that. And I mentioned in a few previous videos that I was going to capture that on camera and share that with you guys. But once we captured those moments, and I did video it all, and I did edit it, and I put music in and everything, and we just thought that was something that we wanted to keep more personal. So I apologize for that, but I can tell you that in the last probably, what is this, March 5th. So in the last 3 to 4 months, we've stayed out here probably 6 or 8 times, and things work pretty good. It's a nice, quiet place to come out here and hang out. You can see from the intro here, I've built a solid oak rocking chair for the porch here. I've got to build another one for Monica now. But this is a place where, you know, we come out and hang out, and I just wanted to show you guys what the status is and kind of maybe share with you what we're going to do in the future. So let's go. All right, so first things first, the front view here. This kind of faces the sun here in the evening. It's a really beautiful place to sit. But you can see we've got the overhang completed. We've got the deck on, and this is pretty much how this thing's going to look into the future. So I don't have any significant changes to make to the building itself. So walk up here with me and let me show you a few things what we've got going on. First of all, you can see where I'm standing here is a little bit wet. I get some sand and some material and grade this. So that's one thing that I need to do. The next thing that I noticed, and I knew this was going to be an issue, but my overhang over the porch comes away from the building, and I wanted it that way to keep the water away from the building, but it dumps onto my stairs. So I'm going to have to put some sort of a gutter or something in there to keep that water from pouring onto these stairs. You probably saw the quick video that I put together for the firewood rack. This is a pretty simple thing. You can buy something like this on like Amazon or probably your farm store or something, but I just built one because I had the material sitting there. So coming inside, I'll say again, pretty much done decorating in here and done with the major functional things. We've used the wood stove most of that 6 to 8 times, and I can tell you that when the weather is moderately cold, like it is today, that wood stove will actually heat this up too much. So what we've done to modulate that is we'll open the windows up top, and what that does is let a little bit of heat out. We can throttle the stove down as much as possible, let a little heat out of the top, and it's bearable. So the heat works really well. We stayed out here when it was Christmas time. I can tell you we had a blizzard on Christmas Eve, and it was windy, and it was like 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and the building stayed nice and toasty. So if anything, I would say the stove is a little oversized. So the first time that I stayed out here, I found out one thing really quick, and that was we had plenty of hooks right here to hang things, but just right here where I had coats wasn't really enough. So coming around this kind of, I'm going to call it the kitchen area, right? I've got a propane stove, and I've got some propane tanks stored overhead here so we can do some cooking out here. To be honest, we haven't actually cooked anything out here yet, other than some pre-made things that we had for Christmas morning that we just heated up on the wood stove. But we've got plates, we've got cups, we've got napkins, some bowls and things out here for that. So let me address the hooks now. When I came out here, I found out very quickly that when you want to change your clothes, you want to hang your hat somewhere, you might have a backpack. Very quickly, things started to pile up on the floor and in the corners. So I went to the store and I bought a whole bunch of simple hooks, and I put hooks all over the place. I've got 5 hooks here. I've got a couple in the corner. I've got a couple behind the floor joists for the loft. I've got a couple over by the wood stove. So there's plenty of places to hang a backpack, to hang, to be quite honest, when I come out here myself to stay, I'll hang my trousers, my pants up on a hook so that they don't have to be folded or shoved in anywhere. So that kind of storage was one thing that we found out pretty quick too. So you can see it probably looks like there's not a whole lot of stuff here in the back side of the bottom level of the cabin other than this sofa. If you follow the channel, you probably know that this is a pull-out bed. So when we pull this out, it's going to come out probably, so far this is where Monica and I sleep when we come out here. And I've got a couple of end tables here to store some things. But the reason that I leave this open is because it gives us so many options. So when we come out here and we want to play games with the kids, for example, we'll pull one of the end tables out to the center and we can put a couple of chairs down and we can kind of form a circle around the table. One thing that I haven't actually addressed is that larger need for a table space, like a flat space if we were going to eat out here. So the countertop that's just off camera is great for preparing food and that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I guess right now we would have to have our plate in our lap if we were going to eat, right, babe?
Yeah.
So what we've talked about is putting something on this wall, on the east wall, that would fold up out of the way and leave this area open for the most part. But then it would be able to fold down and maybe kickstand out for a table where you could put a couple of fold-out chairs like that. So I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't even know if I'll do it, but it's something that we've talked about that probably needs some attention. So now you can see with the bed rolled out here, or I guess unfolded, why we leave this area open, because we want to be able to walk around here easily when we're at nighttime. Next we'll go upstairs and I'll show you what the arrangement looks like for the kids. Alright, so up here on the loft, this is pretty much a lounge area and sleeping area for our 3 kids. And I take my hat off just in case I get close to the edges of the roof line here. But if Monica will climb up the ladder a little bit, I want to show you guys kind of what I did up here for them. So I threw a couple of beanbag chairs up here. These are probably the easiest things to lounge or sit or lay. And you can sit right in front of the window, read a book. My daughter particularly loves to read. Additionally, we store along the left side of the camera here, we store all of their extra, I guess, stuff for camping out here. They have inflatable pads that they'll put down, and then they all have a sleeping bag and a pillow. So we've gotten to where we don't have to haul anything out here from our house. Each time we come, we can kind of just throw a night bag together and come out. So what happens here is we'll throw the bean bags into the corners or even the loft across the way, and there will be 3 sleeping bags here, one there, one here, one here. And there's plenty of room. This loft is 8 feet deep. So our oldest son, who's going to be turning 16 soon, he's 6'2". So plenty of room here still for full-grown people. So swinging over to the loft across the way, the loft on the front side of the building is only 4 feet deep, and the intention of that one was purely for storage. Well, to be honest, it's structural to the building, so we had to have it, but as far as making it into a loft, it was purely for storage. So you can see we have our Christmas tree. That's what this big green device is here. We decided not to haul that back and forth. We would just store it here for the year. but that's just storage. It's able to keep things out of the way. But at the same time, it allows us to access that window. Like I said earlier, if we need to crack windows up on the upper part of here for temperature control, I can still access that window. So out here you can see we have our fire pit and our kind of outside lounging area, just with a couple of benches here. I do like where the fire pit's at, so I don't think I'm going to move it. However, the extra lumber that I have left over, I am going to move that to another place because I don't want to have it stored here. It just doesn't really go with the area, especially since I'm done building out here. Let's go take a look at the outhouse. So the outhouse was intended to be mainly a place for the girls to use the bathroom when we come out here. And most of the time we don't end up using it, but when we do stay the night and the girls are out here, it's just a place for the girls to be able to go. So as you can see, if you watch this channel, you can see that I use this as also storage. So I have a shovel and a rake and some fuel, but the main objective was to have the outhouse here. So there you have it. That's just a quick tour of I guess what we're calling the finished product for our cabin building. So there are going to be a few extra projects that are going to happen out here in the next 12 months or so. Like I said, this summer I want to get this extra lumber moved out of here. If you follow my channel, you probably recently saw a sawmill video come out. So I've got a sawmill over on the other side of the property. I want to build a wood shed over there and have all of my lumber storage over there away from the cabin site. But out here, what I want to do, probably the most interesting one this summer, is going to be a well. I want to drive in a hand-driven well with a 3-foot sand point. Maybe you've seen these before, but we'll put a hand pump style crank on top of it so that we could just have some water to rinse things out here, and who knows, maybe it'll be good enough quality to drink, I don't know. But that's going to be one thing that we're going to do out here. I would like to build and have a picnic table and just some more places to be and sit and those kind of things. We're finding this to be a very quiet, peaceful place to come out here and just listen to the birds. Monica and I, as we get older, we like to come out and just listen to the birds sometimes. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next one.